Brothers and sisters, I come to you today to ask for your support in a vote of no confidence against Chief John Takip. Your Local 4 leadership team has not come to this decision lightly, and this has taken place over a long period of time. Over the past several years, we have worked diligently to try to work with the administration of the fire department in order to better serve the citizens of Des Moines while at the same time keeping our members safe and doing what we can to make this job as beneficial to us and the citizens of Des Moines as possible.
This is not a decision that comes easy. On a personal level, this is one of the hardest things I've had to do. John and I came into the fire service together. We served on West Des Moines together for a year and a half, and we were friends. There's no other way to put it. He was president of Local 4 for quite a while. I served under his administration as I serve with Joe now. This does not come lightly, but this is a decision that needs to be made, and it's time to move forward.
We've got to get new leadership in this department in order to move forward. We have a chief that currently has no skills in dealing with people. We have issues with people. Dennis Allen, Blake Johnston have both been injured on the job injuries where they were forced to utilize their own sick leave to take care of that. This has also cost you, the members of Local 4, money defending that, trying to get these members the right thing done, to be treated rightly, to get their sick leave back.
To say there doesn't seem to be care for the members of Local 4 is an understatement. You simply need to look at Mike Herrera being in the hospital for 5 days, and not one member of our administration could come to his hospital bed and say, "Are you okay? Is there anything you need? Is there anything I can do for you? Hey, thanks for doing a good job for us." Instead, we have a meeting and we express our concerns to the chief of their lack of interest in our own members, and the chief's only response is, "I get it. If someone gets hurt, you want me to go to the hospital." No, sir, you don't get it. If we have to tell you, then you do not understand what it is we're looking for. We need a chief who is going to believe in us and want to be part of us. We understand we're going to have to argue on budgetary issues. I have no problem with that. None of us do. That's what unions and administrations do. But things that don't cost money, things that are ancillary, that can help us, that we ask for or administration asks for, we should be working together. And there is nothing. There is no communication between our administration and Local 4.
How many of our members have retired over the past few years after serving this department, after serving this city, and not had any recognition or a simple handshake or a thank you given to them by the chief? Hank Gertzen retires after 35 years on the job. Not a handshake, no explanation given, nothing given to Hank. Corey Comito owns rental property in the city of Des Moines. The chief doesn't like how that's being handled, or has friends who don't like the way that that's done, so the chief leans on him and intimidates him. Is that the kind of leadership that we need? I don't think so. I don't think that that's what any of us want. What we want is a department that's moving forward. That's moving forward with things like electronic patient care reporting for our medics who are overworked. But instead, we get word that they want to talk about doing away with those positions, doing away with the medic and senior medic positions of this job. You know, at a time when we have 15 brand new firefighters that have been introduced out into the stations, and yet an extended 2-year probation makes them completely ineffective in the jobs that we need them most. No ability to act in that first 24 months of their career. Some of those individuals who have just recently passed paramedic school being placed in the station and then getting no hands-on EMS experience until over 2 years on the job. What kind of disservice is that to our members as well as the citizens of Des Moines who are tax-paying? You know, their money should be going to better serving them, and it's not.
The electronic patient care reports seem like such a simple thing that it's not a big deal, but it is a big deal when you have an entire EMS section that wants those, and you have medics and senior medics that want those, and you have a medical director who wants those, and you have a billing company that wants those, and a way to put this all in place that costs the city $0, and the only people that we're meeting resistance from are our administration.
Let's fix the ways we do business. Let's ease the burden on those medics before we start talking about doing away with those positions. And then we get word just recently that we have a complete reorganization of the administration where we add an assistant chief, where we add 3 district chiefs. At a time when we don't need bosses, we need boots on the ground, we need the troops out there. And not only that, but we need an administration that cares about those people, makes changes that are needed after 3 major fires. Nothing's been done in the way that we do business based on what happened at those 3 major fires. We don't utilize mutual aid in a standard way. We've never done any training as to how that's going to happen in the future. We haven't done anything with our callbacks. We haven't changed the way we do rehab. We've never added safety officers that can make a difference and be the eyes and ears of the incident commander at incidents like that. We don't specialize into the downtown area. We have nothing in place that says, you know, this is a high-rise building. We need more manpower and equipment there immediately to affect that response. We respond the same way as we would to a garage fire today as we did to the Yonkers fire, or vice versa.
What we did learn from the Yonkers fire was that the crews that were inside had trouble getting in. They had forcible entry issues just getting into the Yonkers building during that fire. And they all said that probably saved our lives. Had we gotten in faster, we probably would have been deeper in the building, and who knows what outcome would have happened. So the very first officers meeting that we have following the Yonkers fire, what do we cover? We cover forcible entry. How do we get our people inside faster? We don't look at anything that has happened and said, we need to change this. Maybe we need to look at our situational awareness. Maybe we need to look at our scene size up. Nothing changed. It was planned that we were going to do forcible entry, so that has to stay forcible entry. It's crazy. We need to learn. We need to adapt. We need to move forward. And that type of thinking does not come from this administration.
6 open captain spots, 1 open engineer spot, 14 open medic spots. An assistant chief retires without an announcement or any type of indication as to where his workload's going. A district chief who is on the drop program for 3 years with no plan in place as to how he's going to replace or who's going to take on his workload. Things like this have to change. Promotional positions shouldn't be hard. It's a rubber stamp by finance and the city in order to get those put into place. We've known about those for a long time. And yet we've got a lieutenant's list that potentially will die that those people have worked hard on. You've worked hard for those positions. Our testing procedures, how many times do we have to do that before we get it right? The last senior medic test, a complete debacle. You did what you were asked. You studied the material that was presented and then are presented with a test that has nothing to do with the job, that is declared invalid. We lose 3 people in those critical positions that don't want to take the test because of the hassle. And all of this was brought to their attention before the test was even given. These are the examples of the leadership that you're dealing with right now. We've got to come together on this. This is a time when we galvanize ourselves, when we decide what Local 4 is, when we come together as a group, as a body, and tell the city, the mayor, the manager, we can't take this anymore. We're not going to take it anymore. We're not going to deal with it. We want changes made. We want Local 4 to be able to work with an administration that can bring the positive aspects of our members. When I come out to the station and I talk to you and you give me the ideas and we take those back and we work as a body and we present our best foot forward to better serve this community, to better serve the citizens, and to better serve ourselves, to be safer, to make sure that we all go home to our families and that we don't take home bed bugs. That's all part of this. Those are the things that aren't occurring now that we must demand that the changes are made to in the future. I ask that you join with us, join with your elected officials, those who you've put in these positions, that have done the work, that are presenting this to you. Join with us in a vote of no confidence against Chief John Takip. Let's make the changes. Let's show them what this union is about, who we are. We don't have an ability to strike. This is our voice. This is our message that we've got to send.
It's one thing for all of us to sit here and say, we want change. And it's another thing for us to do what we can to affect change. The only thing I can guarantee you is, if we do nothing, nothing will happen.
That's a guarantee, and that's what we can't do. Please join us in this vote. Thank you.